Hey, Max here. So, buckle in, buckaroo. We're going to go with another best cards in Madden at each budget video. So, for those that, the best card of the position, mid-tier, under 100K, and then, like, very low budget, under 12K. Let me know if you want to do, like, you want to do top 10 at a position video, like I did with quarterbacks a little while ago. Like, what positions do you guys want to see out of that? Let me know in the comments. As maybe we could do one of those maybe for another position if you guys want to be more interested in stuff like running backs, like who I think is the best there. But we're going to talk about each position as we go along. As you see on your screen right meow, we have quarterbacks, we have left ends, we got all that stuff. We got the history of the position. Actually, the first one, I guess I should put it right here. The first one actually took place in October. So we're doing it every couple months, I guess. October to December to now. Wait, that's not right. December 23rd. I thought that was in I think this was January. Yeah, that's more accurate. Okay, so let's go through it. Who is the best quarterback in the game right now? It's a hard choice because there's so many good ones, and I guess I could show off who the quarterbacks are that we're going to go with before I reveal the number one in the game at the moment, who at least I think is. Now, Tom Brady, 82 speed, is really glitchy due to the AP that he gets discounted on his card for Gunslinger, Hot Route Master, and that's incredible, right? So his low speed 82 kind of says that, like, hey, you know what? You're actually getting some free AP. We're getting AP updates this week. I'll cover that when they reveal them. But so we don't know what's going to go on with that. Rodgers, same speed. What does Rodgers have over Tom Brady? Because it looks like Tom Brady, compared to Rodgers, is better, right? Because of the AP. Rodgers have a faster throw motion than Tom Brady. So is 2 AP worth a faster throw motion? That's a question you got to answer yourself. Luckily, neither of those, I don't have to make a decision, are the best quarterbacks best quarterback in MUT right now. That honor goes to Joe Namath, right? He provides essentially the top end speed of a Russell Wilson, a Derrick Henry, especially if you're one of the popular theme teams. Jets, Rams right now is huge. So he gets that speed boost on that. In addition, he also has Rodgers' best release in the game for some unknown reason. It's called Slinger 1. The fastest one in the game. So I don't know why they did that to Namath, because of superpower. Basically cutting the legs off from Rodgers the day before it came out. So number one quarterback in the game is Mr. Joe Namath. Okay. Oop, I guess I can go there. Sorry, I had it kind of like off-centered. So Joe Namath, the best quarterback in the game. He makes every play that you want out there, and he does it with speed, velocity, momentum, and anger. So, Joe Namath. I never would have thought Joe Namath. After they kind of screwed him last year, it was like, one short of getting Gunslinger last year. The mid-tier budget, I think, is Carson Palmer, and the lowest is Lamar. Now, obviously, it really, like, you got to ask yourself when you're getting these cards, what kind of play style do I want to have? Now, Escape Artist is the most powerful ability in this game, and one of the most powerful abilities of all time in MUT history. But you got to ask yourself, do I want to get outside the pocket every single play? And the reason I put Carson Palmer as the 100K guy is because he gets Hot Route Master. And Hot Route Master also powerful, calling the good posts, the good corners, that kind of stuff for every single player on the field. But he doesn't get the Escape Artist. So if you want somebody under 100K, but you want to use, the ability to run out and just a freaking idiot outside the pocket, running with a chicken with his head cut off, just getting around and fasting everybody in the field no matter what your speed is. Well, I guess, anyways, you can go with an Escape Artist quarterback. But Carson Palmer, no Escape Artist, still 88 speed is very respectable. But 100K basically maxes out that limit. And then Lamar Jackson, I put him there just to kind of give the choice of somebody maybe lower end. He doesn't get Escape Artist, but he is still fast there for a quarterback. Really, if you're gonna splurge on a position, make sure it's a quarterback. Do not be out there right now in online Madden with an 87 overall. But every other position, I think that this under 12K budget is fine. You can get some guys that are okay at their jobs. You're not gonna suffer too hard. But at quarterback, that's the one position, just like the real NFL, that you really want to stud at. All right, running back. Who's the best running back in the game? There's a ton of debate online that I've seen between the two newest releases. If we go ahead and take a look at the top end running backs, between Eric Dickerson, Derrick Henry, I think Jonathan Taylor's not really thought about. Then obviously you can go with somebody thicker like Christian Okoye at 253, 95 speed for him. Like, we all soon forget about Christian Okoye. I will say this guy played awful for me. I hated Christian Okoye. He fumbled and it just, I don't know, 96 carrying felt like super fake to me. So anyways, in my opinion, the best card in the game at this position, Derrick Henry. And he's very affordable too. 239K for this card is not going to break the bank. It's not like a million coin card. It's not an honors card. 96 speed, so he's dang near top end, almost end game there. If you're on the Titans theme team, he is end game. You literally can't get any faster there. And then he's 247 pounds. And a lot of people, you guys have played this game this year. Watching this video, more than likely you've played Madden 20. Weight matters so freaking much. It is insane how much different Derrick Henry runs, and it gets fall forward animations for somebody just even 7 pounds lighter than him. It's a pretty big difference, right? It's like, what, 10% body weight difference. So I guess in that sense, it's kind of a significant amount. But Eric Dickerson, who I'll remember from Madden 20 being incredible, obviously, I didn't want him back in the game just because we'd soil his memory. He's fine, good on the Rams or Raiders theme team with the speed boost, but he is not Derrick Henry, okay? Derrick Henry, he requires 2 guys to take him down. He's very powerful. And for a budget card, you just want somebody fast. And we all know Raheem Mostert is fast, so I'm not going to look at his stats. That's all you really want for a budget is somebody. You're not going to be running through guys. You can obviously get somebody very heavy, but at that budget level, they're going to be kind of slow. You can get like the Akeem Hicks archetype. We'll talk about that, I guess, talking about fullbacks. Akeem Hicks, 89 speed at that spot for fullback for the budget spot. I can show it to you. His card itself, because this is actually kind of like 85. There's also a Vita Vea halfback is 89 speed. I got them mixed up, but an 85 speed fullback's actually really nice for that budget level, 352. So great for fullback guys. A lot of people right now at the goal line, myself included, are using the I want to say it's kind of a glitch. Like the fact that you don't fumble when you jump, when you jurtle, when you hurdle is a broken mechanic. So I'm gonna say it's glitched. A lot of people are just handing the ball off to a running back or anybody with high jumping and just hitting square at the goal line and instantly converting with no chance to fumble. It's disgusting. It's awful. But that's kind of where the game is at right now. Let's talk about fullbacks, though. The best fullback in the game, surprisingly, Mean Joe Green's 95 card is 92 speed. It is insane. Franco Harris is 93 speed, but Franco Harris is also 45 pounds lighter than this Mean Joe Green card. So this Mean Joe Green at 275 actually does some damage. I wouldn't want to use it really at halfback outside of like a Steelers theme team or else 92 speeds, kind of encroaching in that spot where like maybe you want to go with somebody that's 350 pound. Let's just sort by weight. Sort by weight for these fullbacks. The Akeem Hicks, the William Perry's 81 speed. The halfback. Vita Vea is the 89 speed. So you do get the 3-speed boost unless you have a Bucks theme team. Then obviously the gap is closed for Vita Vea. But Vita Vea halfback, the reason why he isn't as good as, say, fullback as this Mean Joe is, like, look at his lead block, trucking, impact blocks. So Mean Joe's actually a very respectable fullback. 95 strength. I don't know how much that matters into the formulas for it, for the getting gauge. But I really do like his pass block is really high, but like, it's weird that these are so low. These really should be like 90 something if this is going to be 94. I don't like how EA does that. Gives us like a fake pass block number. But he's got great lead block. Run block is incredible too. So overall, like everything that you would want out of fullback, Mean Joe Green offers. He's faster than Juszczyk. I guess Juszczyk's better at catching. I shouldn't ramble too much about these cards. But yeah, Mean Joe Green should be your fullback right now. He's also under 100K or... He is 100K-ish. Or at least he's not. No, he went up in price. All right, on Xbox, he's under 100K. So I'm going to include him in the 100K spot. Because on Xbox, it works. And I don't think you guys should be spending 100K on a fullback, by the way. So don't make that mistake. Don't do it, please. Next position, wide receiver. Who are the best wide receivers in the game? I have them sorted by weight still. Best receivers in the game. Now, you can take a look at the top of the charts. I really like a lot of these guys. Now, depends on how you run your offense. If you have a deep out elite, you want somebody taller, it helps you get like more possessions, you jump higher, etc., etc. If you run like mostly like drags, you want like rack guys to get up the field and make yardage that way. You kind of want a little smaller, more agile type of wide receiver. I kind of like want my guys to do it all, but I prefer big body receivers to kind of like box out DBs sometimes, catch the ball, run a lot of like posts, corners. I really, curl routes, so like grab it and go to the ground. I run over routes, right? I run one play beaters. So My receivers, I enjoy them big, and I enjoy them fast, and I enjoy them good at run blocking. And Cooper Kupp is not the biggest. 6'2" is still very good, but like that run block, 80 run block, you will notice it on the field. I noticed Cooper Kupp blocking better than any receiver I've used it all year on either stretch runs or bubbles that I've thrown out there. Cooper Kupp basically has to make my top 3 for that reason alone. So Cooper Kupp is going to make it. Maybe I put him in the slot here as a third wide receiver because I got some big bodies out here. The big bodies are Colin Johnson, who's 6'6", and Megatron, who is 6'5". So those are my guys. Megatron is 96 speed or 95 speed powered up. 98 speed. I don't know where he is. I'm just going to put him on the list. We're going to do Megatron and Colin. 6'5". Both of them. I'm only talking about this team. Like, okay, so let me talk about Colin Johnson's a weird one. I don't know if I want to include him because he's impossible to get right now. The MCS, the scumbags that run the competitive series aren't allowing us to get a Colin Johnson right now. So I might actually take him off my list for that reason. Because usually I don't include players that are non-auctionable here. Like sometimes I will include a Cam Chancellor and friends. Did I include Cam Chancellor last time in this? I think I said I don't. Yeah, I don't include the free cards. I don't include the team captains, anything like that. These are only off the auction house. So Colin Johnson was acquirable by, view botting them, but not anymore. So if I'm going to go off of Colin Johnson, I really enjoyed Chad, Jimmy. Jamar I had some drop issues with. He was all right, although I've dropped the ball with Chad there. Who else did I really enjoy? Odell was phenomenal for me. I'm going to go Charlie Joyner for his slot abilities. Charlie Joyner, sure, he's not the tallest guy. He's only 5'11", but he's 99 speed on everybody's team because you just power him up in your wide receiver camps. Jefferson played really well for me. It's between Jefferson and Joyner. Really depends on how you're going to use Kupp if you're going to utilize his slot ability, because I will say slot-o-matic is really nice for that extra catching. So for the wide receiver, I'm going to go with I want to go Charlie Joyner as my number 2, and then move Cooper Kupp there like this. And receivers, I will say their natural attributes are nothing compared to what abilities you put on them. So it depends on what you put on Charlie, Cooper, and Megatron to make them play as well as they play. All right, for the budget guys, I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on the budget guys. I basically said everything I wanted to say about the receiver position here. Roby, we want speed and a little bit of height at these positions. Maybe Keyshawn goes there at an outside receiver and move CD to the slot for that. Otherwise, you can get a slot archetype there, wide receiver, and then at the wide receivers and the lowest ones, I'd looked at mostly speed and a little bit of size. All right, tight end. We got Mark Andrews. Now this was a close one, right? I really love Darren Waller. I think Darren Waller's cards play very well. They fit the theme team that I'm running, which is Raiders at the moment. I just love Ted Hendricks on that Raiders theme team. The issue is with Waller is, sure, he's tall, sure, he's the fastest, but the run block. So I didn't know, man. I was like, man, I love Waller. I make Waller the best tight end in the game every single time I do these lists because he is 6'6". That kind of speed is insane. But then I look at Mark Andrews and I'm like, okay, 6'5", only 1 speed. He's actually like an offensive lineman out there with his run block at 92, which is kind of crazy. So I decided to change it up. I went with Mark Andrews. The rest of their attributes are pretty similar. I think Mark might have better like trucking and break tackle than Darren Waller. But break tackle at 87, truck 88. So that's the difference, is 1 speed versus, the extra run block. Ditka's nice at 6'3" with 90 run block. I really enjoy him. And I really want guys over 90, by the way, medium route running and stuff. 90 thresholds is what I'm looking for, which is why we, discontinue or don't look at Jarwin, don't look at Gesicki. Although if you power up Gesicki, he's right there with it. Really only want it for the Dolphins theme team. Wycheck's a good run blocker, but again, like we already have Mark Andrews, who's taller and faster, so why would you use the blocking tight end? I don't think there's any AP differences or reasons why you use the blocking tight end this year over just a vertical threat. No super important reasons in my opinion. All right, next up is the budget tight end. I'm going to go with Jermichael Finley here. He is mostly due to height and he's 111 here. Does he have another card that was... No, that's not the one we want. Yeah. So this 94 Finley, not the 95 Finley's over is 100K, But you could argue you want the 94 also, because he still gets the route running thresholds. He's cheaper. Still, depends if you want the plus ones for the extra 20K or not. But that's all very good, right? 6'5", 92 speed right up there with the best of them at those attributes. So you're not really losing a lot by going down and paying, what, a half to a third of the price. Now, for the tight end here, you either want more of a complete tight end like Mike Ditka's 87. I can get out of the way of it. Mike Ditka's 87, or pure speed Tyreek Hill, who's short and like 93 speed. So it really depends on what you want in your tight end for the under 12K budget item. All right, at left tackle. All right, here's what we're gonna. I'm just gonna fill out everything for offensive line since it doesn't matter that much. I went through and I looked at stats. I think for the tackles, I want guys that can move, that have change of direction, agility, speed. So guys that can like get back, get set, not get beat to the edge on the edge rush, and only get like one shoulder attacked, and they kind of give it that animation where they just get around the edge. The middle, it doesn't matter as much for the movement, which is why I put Leonard Davis there. He's a road grader, 350 pounds. He's actually, if you compare this Leonard Davis to his old one, it's incredibly different. Like, compare the Leonard Davis to other right guards, he's also decently mobile. So I was like, all right, let's do Ultimate Legend Leonard Davis there. So, but anyways, I wanted, in my dream scenario, over 90 pass block finesse, pass block power, get those high as possible, high run block. Weight over 300 is nice to have too. So weight, it plays into the getting gauge formula, but mostly that formula is like fine, but I prefer like the shed formula, which are the stats versus the stats. So there's not like insta sheds anymore in the game, but you can get pancaked if you're like, block shed is super low or your weight is like 160 pounds. We'll talk about a weighted D lineman a little bit because I kind of maybe said too much right there, and not to tell you I could. Nate Soldier at right tackle, pained me to put him there, but he does have kind of what I want. He moves okay. I haven't used him personally. Some people said he's terrible. Some people said he's okay, but that's kind of like offensive line play in the game. And then here is a bunch of 87s and 88s for my offensive lineman. But that's what I kind of look for. Guys with solid blocking stats that could move a little bit, that won't get exploited in space as much as, Madden cards usually do. Madden offensive linemen usually do. All right. The defensive line position, it was a tough one. This one was stacked, okay? Left end had some competition. A lot of good cards here between Crosby, Youngblood, Curse. But the winner, in my opinion, is this Crosby card, right? 94 speed, 97 finesse. So, like, even guys that are, like, known for their speed, for some reason, are still slower than Max Crosby. I have no idea how he got a card this stacked. Block shed's 98, too. Like, this was just... when I saw this card and it's this like insanely better than TJ Watt the day after TJ Watt come, it still blows my mind, right? EA made the defensive rookie of the year a significantly better card than defensive player of the year. That's how freaking brain dead the morons at EA are at statting their cards. Hey man, rookie of the year? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Parsons had a great year, phenomenal player, but let's go ahead and make him way better, incredibly better than TJ Watt. Whereas you won't even want to play TJ Watt over Max Crosby or Parsons out there. Great speed, acceleration. Oh my God, change of direction. It's pretty good across the board here for this Max Crosby. He should be on your field. And he's like reasonable, like 235 for a god tier edge. It's crazy where a lot of other cards are like 300, 315. So an 80K break over other cards at the positions, and he's better. So Max Crosby by far the best left end. Who do I got at number 2? I'm going to go ahead and put him right here. It's everything, right? Daniel Hunter right there. Daniel Hunter, I always say his name wrong. And then Kerrigan, 88, under 12K budget is a fine card. Let's talk about weight now. At right end, the budget card is going to be an Elroy Hirsch. You're like, Hirsch, man. Wasn't he a right end back in the day when the right ends were just tight ends because of the wing T offense? That's what they were called. Yes, but in this game, they gave him right hand card. It's not this card I'm looking at because my number one, I'm looking at this low budget card. When you look at this Elroy Hirsch card, which I guess is a little bit above the 12K right now, but you could snipe it under 12K. Anyways, 93 speed at right end for that much. No right ends are going to have at 12K incredible finesse or power move to go along with their top end speed. So you got to make a sacrifice, and I made a sacrifice to finesse and power move. Because like in the end, like these guys are on timers. If you recall, like you're eventually gonna shed. And if no, because like if you go against somebody with a top end squad and like you're not gonna beat them because you're not gonna have better like power finesse move on any quick moves. You're gonna eventually put this Elroy Hirsch into a contain because you face mobile quarterback. So you're not gonna win pass rushes with low end cards. So you got to win them with pure guile and contains to keep the Derrick Henrys in the pocket or any of the mobile quarterbacks, the Joe Namath in the pocket. So this card's gonna be contained, and then once it gets off a contain, you're gonna use your god tier change of direction, agility, speed, acceleration to try and chase him down. And now, I will say I am very surprised after using Elroy Hirsch this weekend, both on stream and off, that I obviously used his 97 card. I was super surprised at just how good he played, right? Against the run, I was like, oh man, he's going to get road graded. And I was like, wait, I only run against stretches, dives. I got 2 inside stuffs there. I saw Mean Joe Green literally split a triple team on an inside run over the weekend and get a tackle in the backfield. That was wild. Go check out Gutfox 2 for gameplay on all these cards that I'm talking about. I think I just posted the Elroy Hirsch, Mean Joe Green, Night Train Lane video a couple hours ago. But anyways, wow. I was like, okay, I thought he was going to die out there. But like, if a 190-pound guy played defensive line in the modern day NFL, which, he didn't even play back then. He didn't play this position. He just gave it to him for some reason. But if they played, they just get picked up and they just get driven back. Like, imagine this guy against Trent Williams. Like, he'd be on the sideline every play. But in Madden, it's not that, because Madden brings into not just weight, they also bring in other stats to determine how they play on the field. Finesse move, block shed. Like, obviously against the pass rush, weight doesn't matter as much, but block shed plays a lot into the run game where weight doesn't. Okay? So let's go back. I still think the best end, though, if I had to choose one, would be Aaron Donald. I enjoy Aaron Donald. He's got all the traits, right? There's no, Elroy's got no traits. I think Donald's flexible. The only issue I don't like with Donald is like playing him at end. The change of direction's noticeable if you have him on a contain and a mobile quarterback's out there, right? He does turn like a Mack truck. So Donald is a great all-around player. The issue is depending on how you utilize him, he could suffer. Like I said, trying to move and change directions against the mobile quarterbacks, that's something you want Elroy Hirsch for with his 96 change of direction, and you'd rather have Donald push the pocket in the middle as like a 3-tech like he is IRL. Okay, so that's more of a D-tackle position in Madden. So it's just they should have interior and edges instead of like defensive ends and outside linebackers and whatnot. But otherwise, there's a lot of solid choices right here. Randy Gregory is a good player, but he's very expensive. He's also not much better than the guys that I said, or any better than the guys that I just talked about. All right, so that's the right end position in a nutshell. Or is this the right end position in a nutshell? Hell, I'm in a nutshell. My name's, and I'm playing right end. Ah, dang it. All right, I'm not talking about Richard Seymour this time. I think I talked about Richard Seymour enough on the last time. You'll see a lot of these top budget options. Hunter, Seymour, move down to the mid budgets after a while because while they're still great, but now they're kind of cheap, and we've got new options that supersede them. Richard Seymour is a physical freak out there. He's fast, he's big, and that's all you really want, right? And that kind of speed. Like, he just looks like a manimal out there. 99K on Xbox. I think, you could also go with that 94 Richard Seymour is, I think, the one I was thinking of when I did this. But 95 is also fine if you're on Xbox for 100K, if you want the plus ones. Yeah, 90 speed at 310 pounds. It's sickening. This guy, and he looks huge on the field, too. It's kind of cool. All right, defensive tackle. Who's the best defensive tackle in the game? Now, if you recall my previous videos on this or any of my talks about players on the field at all, you'll realize how much I absolutely adore inside stuff, and I think it's an absolute need. Not just one, but probably 2 out there. I've been running 2 inside stuffs for a while, and the times that I haven't run inside stuff, I always run into a guy or 2 when I'm playing that just run the ball down my throat the whole game. I'm like, what do? I try and shoot gaps, but they can continually chunk off 3-4 yards. The gap shoots become a lot easier also with inside stuff. So my point is, we'll see what they end up doing, balancing AP updates this week. But for now, until they do that, we don't know what they can change. The run stopper archetype on defensive tackles is by far the best best front, like of the entire front 7 archetype in the entire game, because they get inside stuff for 1 AP. So instead of spending 2 or 3 on like defensive end speed rushers, 1 AP, so you can get 2 inside stuffs for 2 AP, which is just an incredible value. So Mean Joe Green, you're like, oh, he's kind of thin for a D lineman, 275. It doesn't really matter. I just talked about him splitting a triple team on an inside run, or maybe like a, I don't know, it's like a off guard run. Maybe it was just like an inside zone, an under center inside zone or something. Anyways, or maybe it was shotgun. It was shotgun, but 90 speed. His block shot's 96, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but with inside stuff, it essentially becomes 120. Okay, so not worried about the weight. Power moves 97, which means he's getting off. You can throw an unpredictable on him for 1 AP also. 88 change of direction. I think Mean Joe Green, I am pleasantly surprised. Probably my favorite Steeler MUT card this year is this Mean Joe Green card. He played great for me. I didn't really expect it, but he played great for me. So that is my number 1 D tackle in the game right now. And the other two are both also Vince Wilfork. He's an 80 speed inside stuff, one of the faster ones there. He's thick, but just add inside stuff on him. And then Warren Sapp, the 88 Warren Sapp, also gets inside stuff. So throw him there. Obviously, you can just put both of those guys or any Warren Sapp card alongside Vince Wilfork for the inside stuffs because you need the run stuffer defensive tackle archetype right now. All right. Left outside linebacker. I was just singing his praise about how good this card is. It is disgusting again. And how stupid EA is to give his defensive player of the year a much better card than TJ Watt, right? Even better zone coverage, better hit power, pursuit, tackling. Like everything outside of a couple points of block shed for TJ Watt's side and maybe play rec, which doesn't matter at all. But look at the change of direction. +9 change of direction on Micah. It's just... I'm just disgusted. It's everything. Oh, okay, 3 strength and a couple awareness, which don't really matter at all. But Parsons has better finesse move. Power move doesn't really matter as much because the number 1 stat matters the most. It's sick. Impact block 95 on Parsons, 87 on Watt. Watt's 87 impact block. 8 difference. Jeez Louise. I don't know. I hate it. But yes, Micah Parsons significantly better than TJ Watt. 3 speed. 3 speed difference. If you're going to give speed to Micah, that's fine. But man, you got to juice the heck out of TJ's other stats. And they didn't. They still gave Parsons better other stats too. TJ's really good with a job in zone too. I don't know, man. Really disappointing. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, budget. So Lorenzo Carter's huge and fast, and that's why I used to budget outside linebacker. Like I talked about with the low budget guys here, you're not going to get high-end power finesse move enough to win on that versus the offense lineman you're going to face online. So you really just want size, speed there to chase down ball carriers, to throw contains out there. And I will say I made the executive decision when I went with these edges that they're going to be pass rushing edges. Because if you get drop linebackers as your say you're playing a 4-3 and that's the kind of guys you want me to talk about, you're just wrong, dude. No, I'm not talking about 4-3 type defenses in Madden 22 because guess what? Linebackers are not good at playing the coverage because they just don't jump in coverage. So that's why I decided to go with a lot of guys that are pass rushers. Obviously, the middle linebacker spot is not going to rush the passer, and you can put a lurker on them. You can put a lurker on any of them, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. Why Lorenzo Carter. Sure, he's not the greatest pass rusher, but he's big and fast. Khalil Mack is a great pass rusher, though. He's phenomenal. I don't think you won't see a huge step down between these two. That's just how many great, incredible budget cards we have. Middle linebacker, though, is Luke Kieckley. In my opinion, I guess I could have showed off that, where was he? 94 overall, Khalil Mack, right? 89 speed, along with decent finesse and power. We're both over 90, great. And then good block shed. So that's why Khalil Mack got my best under 90. Although it shows 105 right now, 101. So it's about 100K. We'll say around 100K. Cheating a little bit. Middle linebacker. Best one in the game is Luke Kieckley. Luke Kuechly's phenomenal. He's 1.25 million. Crazy. Wild. Insane. Nick Bolton's also, I think, he's level 50 rewards, so we don't include level 50 rewards. But yeah, Luke Kieckley, fast. He's a linebacker that makes me want to use linebackers. This guy is great on a contain, too. If you have Luke Kieckley and you're like, I feel like just using a safety, put him at defensive end. 92 power move. He's not going to get sheds incredibly well on that, but he's got good block shed for the edge, and he's fast and he can chase down quarterbacks, especially with your theme team boosts. He's all the way up to, if you power him up, 98 speed on the field, which is highly competitive. It's basically endgame. And a safety speed. So that's why Luke Kuechly's number 1. Number 2, under 100K. I went with Ditka. Ditka, why? Again, flexibility. He's decently fast. Obviously not 95 or, power up. He doesn't have a power up. So only on your Bears team with 94 speed. And that's kind of what linebackers are. They're a little slower. Good block shed. Good power move. He's also incredible in zone coverage. And his catching attributes are wildly, just incredible well. So you could end up throwing a lurker on this Ditka card. 91K or 87K, whatever system you're on. Or PC, maybe. And yeah, you got a monster of the midway. Ditka. And then the lowest one is going to be Nick Neiman. Neiman's there because he's fast. And that's why he's up at the bit. Same with, dude, I was surprised. So I've been making a lot of fun of pulling Cam Girl here. But when I looked at his card, when I compared him to the other low end right outside linebackers, I was like, oh my God, this guy's juiced. 6'2", that's super tall, but he's decent tall. 90 speed, 96 acceleration. What? Finesse move ain't really gonna do a whole lot of damage for you. 71 block shed. Yeah, you're not gonna get off blocks very well or at all. But dude, this kind of speed covering the field for an outside backer. Thank you. That is exactly what you need. Right outside linebacker though. We can go ahead and take a look at the top charts. Get rid of him. There. So number one, we want speed and we want guys to rush the edge. And so your top choices are here. Robert Quinn's great for team of the year, but I think it's DeMarcus Ware. Because when you look at it, 98 finesse move, so he's 99 powered up. He's 300K, which is, it's almost as cheap as the limited can get. But speed is top end, acceleration. But yeah, he's gonna get off some blocks. He played very well for me. I like this card. Obviously, I used him. It was mostly in contain still to try and keep quarterbacks in the pocket, and he did about a bad job as everybody else. So he can't really he's not gonna be a wonder kid. He's not gonna stop mobile quarterbacks because there's no stopping those in this game. Still, DeMarcus Ware's nice. All right, next up though would be Preston Smith. I think is the best one under 100K. 91 speed, so a slight step down there. You are sacrificing the heck out of finesse move. You're keeping your power move there pretty decent. You're also stopping the heck out of the run. So while you could argue you want more power move, you want to get the edges, I think most of the time, like I just said, he'll be in a contain, change direction maybe a little bit low, maybe you want somebody higher for that. I don't know, but against the run, he will shed blocks. We'll see if the animation plays out too long or whatnot. But I like Preston Smith due to not only his cheapness, right? You can also look at this card right here is kind of cheap too. If you want to go finesse move, less block shed. So it's all the trades that you want to make. I like the top end block shed. We also had decent power move in the last card, but really depends if you want to focus more on rush the passer or stopping the run right there. And those are decisions you got to make out there. So you can take a look at all this stuff yourself. But here are my right outside linebacker choices. DeMarcus Ware, I don't even think that's a choice. That's just the best one. All right, let's go to corners. Let's wrap this up. Sorry, I'm going 30 minutes. Oh, I should wrap this up quickly. Sorry for taking so long. Let's go to corners. Corners. Who are the best corners in the game? This is a debate, dude. Cornerbacks, and not so much on the top ones, but the medium ones. It really depends on what kind of system you want to run. Okay. I run mostly zone. I mix in man to throw people's reads off, but I will say I run a majority of my time in zone, okay? If you run a press man scheme, you're not going to like my first choice. You're going to like my other choices, but my first choice right here, maybe two of my three you won't love as much. But anyways, I was pleasantly surprised with this guy right here. Dion Sanders, something that you, like I said, don't want to run in a press man scheme. He's also not great against the run, but he can still dive at ankles. But anyways, man coverage 99, zone coverage 97, 97 speed, and he actually caught the ball as well. He picked the ball for me this weekend, and maybe it was flukes. Maybe it was a bunch of flukes. He picked the ball like he had, I don't know what it was due to his high spec catch, high catching, whatever it was. Like he had Pick Artist installed on him already. So that was kind of fun. My other one, and you're like, well, Fox, you like height. I know. Dion's was weird, dude. I don't know why I like Dion so much. 6'2", this card, it wasn't even this one. It was when I was using the Lions theme team and I was using 92. This card impressed the heck out of me. And then when they gave us the new one, the 97, yeah, he just picked up where he left off in the Lions theme team. And you can just use it on a lot of theme teams now. Now, okay, I said I ran zone. If you don't have a Lions theme team and you power him up, you get your speed, he's 98 speed, right? So he's not 99 speed. So if you like to play press man and you want 99 speed, I think you should go with Lattimore because he's got 97 man and 94 press. Even you can take him over Dion Sanders too. Really depends on how you choose your scheme. Also, Rondé Barber, man to man, 95 plus, 96 man. Also, better for that scheme than the guys I chose, Amani and Dion. My third one, I think, is just an instant. I think this should be in everyone's. All right. Night Train Lane. I think he just needs to go on everybody's squad. Night Train Lane, Ultimate Legend. His change direction is really low, which sucks because his agility is high. I wish that was much higher. And then his block shed. 82, but 95 hit power. I think this should be on everybody's team because he can play it all. Zone, man, press man. Night Train Lane, probably the best corner in the game right now. And I can't argue otherwise against him. I put him at CB3 to be more run supportive. But if you put him at a wide CB, he's been playing fine there too. The only issue is obviously he'll get spec caught against deep out elite like everybody else. All right. We then have the budget guys. Okay. I adore height because I hate getting out jumped and out spec caught, which a lot of people try and do. Like when you face an idiot and they beat you because they can just jump out higher and catch the ball, I hate it. I'm starting to like, should I just like swat the ball or like just try and like tackle them and get the ball that way? But going up for height, 6'2", 6'3", and then Fulton's more of the nickel, so I didn't really like focus as much on height there. He's just fast. I think 6 foot on that Fulton card. But dude, DK, 95 speed. So yeah, 6 foot plus he's just fast, and that's what I went for a guy. I guess he's 108, a little bit over the 100K barrier, but prices start to rise. We'll say. Yesterday, totally under. Let's look at this. You could totally find these guys under 100K, right? 95K just an hour ago. Easy clap. Under 100K. Love them. But otherwise, 6'2", 6'3". And I just said, dude, Witherspoon, if you play man coverage with Witherspoon, you are going to hate me. Do not play man coverage with this Witherspoon. He's 6'2", like I talked about, which is nice. But look at this man. 87 and then 81 press, especially if you play press man. So don't do it. Don't play press man with Witherspoon. He is a zone corner. Let him play zone. Sure, he doesn't have the greatest attributes there, except for that. But you kind of, I don't know. I just like height. Otherwise, DK Metcalf. Metcalf's actually like wildly good. The only issue is the change direction, but 6'3". I adored playing with this guard when I was on the Seahawks team. So good. But yeah, you're sacrificing a little bit of speed when you sacrifice whatnot. Change direction is 90 on this guy. All right. And the cheap ones, you're sacrificing everything. And that's kind of what you get. Mornell, Slay, Awuzie. You can win games with these guys. Just don't play press man. Just don't play anything like that. Play zone coverage, and they'll get interceptions. They'll play well for you. You won't get beat over the top as long as you're not like shitting underneath or doing stupid stuff like that with your man or whatnot. Free safeties. Budget free safety is about as good as anything. Let's talk about well, I guess we'll start low, right? I got 87 Larry Wilson and Curse. Curse, I'm excited to look at Curse with you guys. Dude, this guy is wild. Curse, actually, I gotta switch positions. All right, this 87 Curse. He's 88 speed, which sucks, but 6'4". I love him, right? Cowboys theme team. If you guys got one, that's even better for you. I love 6'4". The issue is like when 12K, you're not gonna get a lot of guys that are very fast, right? If I just here, I'll show the speed number. She's like 88 speed. That sucks, Fox. What are you talking about? Here's the issue. Let me show you everybody that speed at that level. Best you're getting is like 90 speed. So I just say I go with that 6'4", 88 speed. Like these guys got 86 speed and everything. Ed Reed is your competition there at 86 speed. So 6'4" with 88 speed. It's pretty sexy. I mean, you can go a lot at free safety. That's fine. But otherwise, Larry Wilson. All right, reset. Wilson was a nice budget card. Not this card, obviously, but his 87. It's a little above it, I guess. It's 12K, which is my budget level, but 94 speed for 12K. Sure, he's kind of like weak at block sheds, whatever, but Do not try and throw hit sticks with this card. You will bounce off running backs, especially if you go against the Derrick Henry types. But Larry Wilson's 87, great budget card. All right, the higher ones. I was actually surprised. Right, Derwin James from my last time doing this till now, still the best one under 100K. Megatron got demoted from the top best one to medium, but here's the thing: is Megatron is still, I think, like, I only demoted him, but like he really didn't need to be demoted. Megatron's still phenomenal, 6'5". As a deep middle safety, you really can't do much better than 6'5". 93 speed's a little slower than I see, which is why I ended up going with somebody who's a couple speed faster and only a couple inches shorter, which is Shawn Taylor. You see Ronnie Lott here, and the only reason Ronnie Lott is here, I don't love him, but unless you play like a man blitz heavy scheme and your safety's manned up a lot. Ronnie Lott's a phenomenal nickel, phenomenal outside corner as long as you put like deep out KO and you don't get spec caught that way. But like, so you have to use reasons to not to get spec caught over if you have an outside corner. But anyways, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like Shawn Taylor's bad at man. He's got bad man coverage, but Ronnie Lott's like phenomenal because he's got good man coverage. But man coverage is kind of like randomly gets beat. So that's kind of my point. Is Shawn Taylor's your number one deep safety, I feel like, or user. Phenomenal user. But Ronnie Lott only if you play a lot of like blitz man. Strong safety's the best one. It's kind of like mixed here. Isaiah Simmons, Ted Hendricks, top end Derwin. Ted Hendricks for like the deep safety role or even the other line of scrimmage. Dude lurks so many passes. He'll pick a pass off 15 yards behind him and not blink an eye. This Ted Hendricks is wild. 6'7". He's a little slow, so you really want him on a theme team, Packers, Raiders, Colts, or just use him in like a flat zone. And like in like cover 3, so we'll rotate down to a flat zone. Hook zones are okay as long as you don't man him up, because he's just, the stork is guarding so much of the field. And then Isaiah Simmons, 6'4", probably the best user in the game, right up there. Obviously, Cam Chancellor I'm not going to talk about since, you know, he's not on the market. He's a mutt master. But anyways, that is my list. Some great cards in here. Great budget cards. Great everything cards. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, please subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Thanks for watching Call to Action. See you tomorrow.